Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am planning on playing the 50cc Cup to carry on with our trek through the 50c1, so Star Cup. We're going to try and carry on, see if we can unlock the, I'm assuming, Special Cup, the last one, and then we'll see what we get for completing a series of cups. So I'll probably record 2 episodes this evening. I will, however, wait until later in the week before releasing the second one for you. This will be the first episode on my new channel. I've set up a separate Mr. D Does Gaming channel, as many of you will now have seen, just to keep my videos separate. This one hopefully then being the first of the new content on the new channel. Just means that I should be able to keep things a little bit more streamlined. If I want to post some maths videos, I don't have to put them in amongst all the gaming fans, so you don't have to crawl your way through all of those. And likewise, I don't need to have a maths channel which suddenly has gaming content appearing, so I can keep them separate, that kind of thing, and then start any others I want to add later on. Well, we got off to a fairly terrible start there. We were in first place. We have now managed to drop ourselves down probably to 8th after I get restarted now. That's not been a brilliant start. We have got a little bit of time. It's only the first lap and it is 50cc. If you're new to Mario Kart, you will not know that the further back in the field you are, the better the box item rewards are. So you tend to get better rewards if you're in 8th place. So it doesn't actually harm too much if you're in 8th place for a short period of time, as long as you're not too far behind, because you will often get rewards like bullet bills or things like that, speed ups, which will give you a chance to get back in the field. That said, I am driving pretty badly right now, but we are now through the first lap. I'm not particularly familiar with these tracks. Obviously we only unlocked it last time, so essentially it's my first attempt on this track for a long while, so I don't remember it, which it's a small excuse for why I'm playing so badly, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can claw it back. It's only 50cc, so people are not going to have got that far ahead. A few drifts around these corners. Watch out for that decoy, that banana skin. You should be there. So if you missed the first video where I spoke about drifting, you have to hold the R button and then you have to toggle the joystick on the left from left to right a couple of times, backwards and forwards, and then it will go from blue to red when it's ready, and then give you a small boost of speed when you then use it. Red shells are heat-seeking, you should know that, but if you don't, red shells are heat-seeking, green are not. I'm a little annoyed that red shell, I find, did not actually get Princess Peach. But we are now back in first on the last lap. Obviously the danger of being in first is that we've got blue shells to worry about. They obviously target only the person who's in first place, so there's not a lot you can do about them. Theoretically you can get away from blue shells if you have a mushroom and time it perfectly, but it's very hard to accomplish and I can't say I've ever done it. I should probably kept hold of that banana skin to defend against incoming green shells as well, but oh well, it doesn't really matter. We're getting a bit of a lead now. We should be okay if we were to have any disasters. I'm trying a slightly different setup with the audio and recording this time. So I've got the audio feed is going through to a different place to my voice. So theoretically I should be able to balance this video and you should be able to hear me a little bit better. But we'll see how it comes out. Post your comments later once you've seen the video. There's the blue shell that we were expecting. There's a mushroom to get started. That's quite handy. I dropped that last time round, so we've made use of that. It doesn't matter particularly what time you get in terms of actually unlocking the extra content. However, obviously it does give you a rank for your overall achievement on the course, so if you want to get a good rank then obviously the time will matter for that. So far we've had a couple of 2-star times. I think there probably is a 3-star available, but if you get a poor score then obviously you're going to end up with A, B, C, D type rankings. Wouldn't be the first time I'd got a D or an E. That was a terrible start. So I mentioned the starting last time as well. With the starts, ideally you want to start the accelerator a little bit after. What's going on here? You want to start a little bit after the 2 appears on the screen, and that will then tend to give you a boost start. Let's try and familiarise myself with this track. Cogs. So an interesting thing about cogs is they tend to alternate when they're turning if they're interlocked. This is a DT thing. This happens for all sets of cogs which are turning. So you want to go one way and then the other around the cogs if you want to keep accelerating around them. If you keep on the same side, you're going to end up with slowing down on every alternate cog, which is not ideal. So a nice bit of physics in there, DT if you will. What else we got going on? We've got a bit of a lead here, so we could talk about craziness and anything really. Oh yes, the contest. So the channel art contest is ongoing. The 19th of May is the deadline. If you're interested in that, produce me some art for the contest. Produce me some art for the contest. I need a profile pic and I need a banner. 19th of... Apologies for interruptions there. 19th of May is the deadline for the contest, so if you can send me via email or send a link to some online artwork, either would work as an entry to the competition. 19th of May for the submissions, and I will judge those. The winner will obviously have their artwork used on Mr. D Does Games, and they will win a Nintendo DS Lite, second-hand one. But nonetheless, should be a good prize. Hopefully we'll get some decent artwork for the channel. I look forward to see what you guys can create. Fairly uneventful so far on this clock track. Obviously we did have a blue shell coming at us, but there's another one in fact. Non-skins are pretty useless against blue shells. They will work against green though. I think they also work against red. But we're miles ahead at the minute, so it's not a problem. Yeah, it would be helpful if I still had that banana skin, wouldn't it? Oh well. Lots of banana skins down this track. Interestingly, yellow seems to be a good place to... yellow is a good place to put banana skins because you can't quite see them. This is going against the gears, as you can see. Makes it quite tricky to jump from one to the next. But obviously I built up a bit of a lead, so it's not really a problem at this level. When we get to 150cc, that would be more of a problem. I tend to go right around this one, so anti-clockwise, just because that way you're not going to bump into or run into the hand that's going around that clock. That's a decline, oops. It's a bit stupid. But we made it through, and got first place there. Okay, let's see what's going on in this course. This looks like a standard Mario type circuit, but we'll find out in a minute how it is or not. Normally Mario circuits you can do a lot of drifting around the corners because it's more set up in a racetrack. Which is quite fun. Obviously with drifting you need to start the drift before you get to the corner. Then you want to try and tuck in as much as you can around the bend. When you're on the final straight coming out of the corner to get the best drift. 180 degree bend coming up, so let's around that one. Yeah, look for the road signs, they tend to give you guidance as to what's going on, to when to start your drift depending on how severe the signs are. So we can see a big bend coming up, but we don't need to worry about it until about here, then we start drifting around that bend nice and tight, and then we go again round the other way. So onto lap 2, green shell, let's see what else we've got coming up. Holding the L button, with that shell, I've got banana skin. Well, neither of those are particularly exciting. But when you're in first, it's probably good. When you're in first, you more need defence than anything else. I will let that one go, however, so we'll see if I can get something else. I really should have held on to the banana. banana skin though whilst I've got an automatic cannon. Booster speed are quite good just to get you a bit further ahead. Sometimes there's some shortcuts in certain levels which require mushrooms. They're always fun to make use of. So actually, yes, mushrooms are probably the best thing you can be getting rid of right now. In the first place, you don't tend to get things like bullet bills. There's a red shell coming up on me, and no, it seems the banana skin didn't protect me from that one. Might be because it came in from the side rather than directly behind. I'll have to try that again later and see whether that follows through all the time or whether there's sometimes you can get lucky. Banana skins hanging out the back are not the worst thing in the world. Obviously, essentially you've got two items if you have one hanging out the back, but you have to use the first one before you can use the second one. So I'd have to use the banana skin up before I can then use that green shell that's just appeared. I don't know if there's anyone else still on this track, it doesn't look like it particularly. But we've only got half lap to go and then we're almost there and we'll be on to the final track of this circuit. Then we can move on to the final track, which is hopefully we'll unlock a new character or something interesting once we've got past this cup. Might get some more karts, that kind of thing. At the moment there are 2 karts per character. There might be more. They all have very slightly different statistics, just as the characters themselves have very slightly different statistics. Okay, Airship Fortress. This always reminds me of Super Mario Bros. 3. So in that you tended to go through different worlds and you had to complete a block a few times through each world to get past a castle. You had to get past the castle, you then had to get past a fort, you then had to get to the castle, at which point you would find a message from the princess saying she'd been captured by Bowser and taken onto an airship, a ghost ship, and then you had to find the ghost ship, and that's what this ship is essentially reminiscent of. So this is a throwback to Super Mario Bros. 3, that was really bashed into that. So it's a nice little throwback to Gaming Gold. That's first released to be on the Nintendo. Certainly it was available on the Super Nintendo. But again, if you haven't played it, I think you can actually download it on the Wii as well. It's in the Nintendo shop. You can download it on the channel there. If you haven't played it, definitely worth going. What you can do about lightning. This means that one person on the track is using a lightning bolt, probably something from 6th, 7th or 8th position, which means they're then large, and if they land to you, then you'll be crushed and essentially spin out, so you regain size. A little fist bump there, which normally means when you've dropped a banana skin, or even a green shell sometimes, it's found its tongue and sort of near into it. It's a really good sign. Particularly nice when you know the person is in second place, but you can't really guarantee that that's true. Sometimes you can see from the mini-map on the bottom, but it's blue shell. The skin itself is just really useless. The mini-map can sometimes tell you information about who's coming up, what's coming up behind you. It's particularly useful when you're in 150cc and there's people a bit closer to you than a car coming in. Obviously you can't see anyone at the moment, so that doesn't tell us too much. I haven't played Mario Kart on the Switch. I haven't got Mario Kart on the Switch yet. Something I'm thinking I might do at some point. See how this goes first. If you guys are enjoying it, then I might look at the second whether I can get a capture card or something for the Switch. And then maybe get it and run through it with you. People following me all the time how we get on with that as well. Someone asked me what my favourite track was the other day, and I tend to like Rainbow Road just because of how colourful it is and how irritating it was the first time I ever came across it on the Super Nintendo. I kept falling off the track lots and lots, and then I spent hours and hours and hours learning how to get around it without falling off. So ever since, I've always enjoyed doing Rainbow Roads because they've been more challenging than most of the other circuits. Anyhow, we've just made it to 40 points there, out of 40 obviously, so we've just won that cup. So with luck we've just unlocked something. I'm guessing it's the next cup available. My money's on the fact it'll be the special cup. Only 1 star there, so there was a bit of work I could have done. Yeah, the special cup has now been added, so we've now unlocked that. I'm going to stop the video here, and I will see you again soon for a run through of the special cup. Thank you very much.